WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 6.
Well, as you just heard, wintry weather is back in mid-Michigan and drivers are being urged to be ready for ice and snow on the roads. It is our top story tonight at 6. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sherry Jones.
And I'm Siobhan Klepfer. For many drivers, it's been a while since they've had to think about getting stuck in the snow or sliding off an icy road.
But with cold, snowy weather outside, it's always best to be prepared for the worst case scenario. Taryn Simmons is live outside our station right now, keeping an eye on this wintry weather. How's it going out there, Taryn?
Sherry, Siobhan, every driver should have at least one of these emergency items within their car, like a first aid kit, flashlights with extra batteries, and even an extra pair of gloves. The Michigan State Police want to make sure that you're safe while you're out on the roads waiting for assistance. If you get stuck in the snow or go off the road in icy conditions, you should give yourself extra time to reach your destination. Drive slow, keep both hands on the wheel, and allow extra space for the car ahead of you. You should prepare for an emergency kit before disaster strikes.
That's going to have blankets, maybe an extra cell phone charger in case you forgot one at home, water in the car. You want to have that snow scraper, that type of things in case you're going to be stranded in that vehicle.
State police also say that if you end up stranded, stay within your car. Here for you live in Lansing, Taryn Simmons, 6 News.
All right, thank you, Taryn. And remember, for all your weather updates and forecasts, visit WLNS.com or download the free 6 News weather app.
Well, turning to politics, a state Senate committee approved 2 bills today that would ban guns from the state Capitol building.
The Michigan Capitol Commission already prohibits weapons in the building, but these bills would make that policy state law.
The ban would also apply to the state House and Senate office buildings. And it's not just open carry. Concealed pistols would also be prohibited from the buildings. There would be exceptions to the ban for police officers, hired security officers, or actual Michigan lawmakers who have concealed pistol licenses. The bills cleared the State Senate Committee on Civil Rights, Judiciary, and Public Safety today and now head to the full state Senate. Supporters hope to pass the bills before Republicans take over the state House next month.
Well, staying with gun-related legislation, supporters of many bills designed to reduce gun crimes gathered today, making a final push to get them passed before the legislative session ends.
Rachel Ramsey is here for you now with what both sides of the gun debate have to say. Rachel?
Yeah, Siobhan, Sherry, lawmakers and advocates first celebrated the successes they say they've had over the last 2 years, like passing safe gun storage laws and making it illegal for those convicted of domestic violence misdemeanors to possess a gun. But they say this momentum needs to continue, and they laid out what they want next.
He shot her multiple times in the chest and the abdomen, once in the forehead.
Stories of gun violence shared at the Capitol as people urged for the passage of multiple bills that they say would address the violence. That includes a bill to ban bump stocks, a bill to use Medicaid funds to pay for hospital-based community violence intervention, and a pair of bills that would hold businesses accountable for firearm negligence, like what Gail Duncan says happened to her daughter in Lansing.
It turned out he was at a gun range. He was able to do some target shooting, but then after that, he put it in his pocket, we assume. He left that building, and less than an hour later, my daughter was dead.
Some lawmakers are working hard to get these bills to the governor's desk before the session ends, including more like a bill to ban ghost guns and one that requires schools to send home safe storage information to parents.
For safe storage to live up to its potential, parents have to know about it.
Other lawmakers do not think these bills address the root cause of crime. Republican State Rep Angela Regas says instead they target law-abiding citizens. She says banning bump stocks and ghost guns creates more red tape without stopping criminals who ignore the law. And she says if schools have to send out safe storage reminders, that undermines parental authority. But people in favor of the bills say they would help keep people safe and reduce gun crime. One last bill discussed would solidify something that State Rep Felicia Brabeck says is already happening, requiring Michigan State Police to fully destroy guns they obtain from gun buybacks, crime scenes, or old service weapons. Rep Regas says this would waste resources that could be repurposed, but Rep Brabeck says,
We want a law that guarantees that Michigan will not be in the business of supplying for our secondary gun market.
Now, the lawmakers in support say all of these gun violence bills are at various stages within the legislative process, but they say even with such limited time left, they believe they can move these bills forward. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Rachel. Lansing Mayor Andy Shore testified today at the state capitol.
He supports a bill introduced by Senator Sam Singh that they say would bring growth to Lansing's downtown.
Now, the bill would expand the city's ability to use its property taxes for economic development. Mayor Shore cited the Lansing Center as an example of this. Improvements to the building increased the property value, which in turn increased its property taxes to pay off the cost of those improvements. Mayor Shore says officials want more flexibility for projects like this.
We're going to see a lot more people. When you have more people, you need to fix the public infrastructure. You need to make sure that there is sufficient housing and that the lighting works and that the streets are appropriately paved and streetscapes and all of that. We have to have all of the public infrastructure.
Now, this bill would only affect the city of Lansing. Senator Singh says once the committee takes action, the bill will go to the Senate and then back to the House.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We'll start off with another beautiful display of holiday lights. Today's winner is Roger from over in St. John's. Another gorgeous display here, including a big red bow wrapped all on the garage. Going forward, in terms of our weather, we have a lot that we need to keep an eye on. Widespread snow showers in the forecast tonight, which will be fairly intense at times. And we are also going to add on some incredibly gusty conditions as well, which will only add to some of the travel impacts that we are expecting across the area. And of course, significantly impact our wind chill temperatures as well. By early tomorrow morning, we will have wind chill temperatures falling down into the single digits to, if not just slightly below zero at certain points in time. Of course, you can always keep an eye on all of these things with our Storm Tracker 6 weather app. Again, winter weather advisories in place for all areas along and west of US 127. Where we have these pink colors, that's a winter storm warning, and that's where the highest impacts will be from the system snow that we are expecting this evening. A look at live Storm Tracker 6 Doppler radar shows the widespread snow showers continuing to track east, but notice that we are starting to see a couple of these darker shades of blue popping up to our west as well. That's where we are seeing those heavy bursts of snow, which does mean that visibility will likely be significantly reduced across the area as we go forward. That reduction in visibility likely going to continue until right around 7 or 9 o'clock tonight. That's the time frame that I'm most concerned with in terms of travel impacts across the area. After that, system snow will begin to exit, and then we turn towards lake effect snowfall overnight tonight, and that will continue as we move throughout the day on Thursday. Important to note that at that point in time, it will be lake effect snowfall, so those bands of snow are only going to create some very minimal and isolated impacts across the roadways, and by the time we get into Thursday afternoon, conditions should begin to improve. Not a whole lot of snow in the forecast. Widespread amounts, 1 to 2 inches. Wouldn't be surprised if we hit a little bit closer to that 3-inch mark, especially in portions of Jackson County, Branch County, and then Calhoun County as well. The winds, though, are going to be gusting between 30 and 40 miles per hour, allowing to blow all of that dry snow around, only adding to the reduction in visibility that we have in the forecast. All is quiet across the area right now, not seeing any significant impacts on the roads, but notice our temperatures currently in the mid to low 30s, and they will continue to fall down to 16 degrees overnight tonight. And of course, as I mentioned, those wind chill temperatures in the single digits. For tomorrow, we only make it up to a high of 29 degrees across the area as those scattered snow showers continue. So a weather aware day in place for the rest of the day today and also for the first half of the day tomorrow. Conditions begin to improve by Friday. We dry things out. A lovely forecast for the weekend, at least the second half of it. Partly cloudy on Sunday, highs in the mid 40s, and then of course mostly dry weather as we move into next week as well.
So whatever accumulation we do get, it's not going to stick around for very much.
Exactly. That's some good news, and of course sunshine always helps things out as well.
That's right, and Kendall's here, so tune back tonight. It's 11 o'clock for the latest on that morning commute.
Yes, of course.
All right. Well, you know, 6 News brought back one of our favorite holiday traditions this year, and we need your help.
Yes, we want to recognize remarkable women here in Mid-Michigan who are making a difference for their families and the community.
That's right. To make a submission, just click on the Remarkable Women section of our website, WLNS.com, and then tell us all about the remarkable woman in your life.
We will pick 4 women and profile them during Women's History Month in March. You have until December 20th to nominate someone. Still to come tonight, the mayor of Detroit says he plans to run for governor in 2026, but not as a Democrat. We'll explain after the break.
That and much more straight ahead. Keep it right here.